Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. Welcome to Puvanur RVIR Laya Academy of Music and Mathematics. We are now in level 5, reviewing Pancha Nadai, and the first one of its kind is Tisra Nadai. We are going to see some more interesting concepts in this class. Before I get into the class, I will start this class with a Tirukkural. எப்பொருள் எத்தன்மைத்து ஆயினும் அப்பொருள் மெய்ப்பொருள் காண்பது அறிவு. What is the meaning of it? எப்பொருள் எத்தன்மையாதாக தோன்றினாலும் அத்தோற்றத்தை மட்டும் கண்டு மயங்காமல் அப்பொருளின் மெய்யான இயல்பை தெளிவாக காண்பதே அறிவாகும். What is the meaning of it? It's a wonderful meaning actually. Tiruvallur states, now if you look at a thing which is very beautiful, don't get into the hallucinated state of, oh, it's great and all. Actually, you have to analyze what is the real value behind that beautiful thing. Does it serve a purpose? Does it really actually is as beautiful as it is revealing outside? And you have to do that vichara. That's what Tiruvallur states. I have to understand the real truth behind anything or any person whomsoever you meet, and that is the real value behind it. With this good thought, I'll enter into the class. So in continuation of our Tisra Nadai, let's further proceed this Nadai, and then I'll play end to end for how to play this Nadai. So this is just a vanilla format. I want you to understand this. There are several other nuances and then much better way you can do Tisra Nadai. Those things will be dealt with in level 6 in more detail. We can look at perspectives of how our exterior Vidwans have handled this Tisra Nadai in different dimensions. We will also see some samples of our prodigial, talented, young budding talents like Patri Satish Kumar or Melakaveri Balaji or many other artists who are the next to our legends, current living legends, the younger generation. We will also see the perspectives, also explain those concepts while we are dealing in level 6. Because those are the things, the practical examples I want to take and then wanted to give some sort of an explanation around it so that you can appreciate it better. So that will be the later part of the game. Now, proceeding with this Tisra Nadai, the next step what you can do is this Rupakathalam, whatever is there, actually now you can use it as part of Tisra Nadai. I'll give you a simple rule of thumb. Whatever you play in Mr. Chapu, you can play it as a Mr. Nadai. Whatever you play in Ganda Chaputhalam, you can play it as Ganda Nadai. Because they are equivalent imprints which are played as a thala, but when you get into the Nadai, because those are all those elements of this five akshara combination. Ding kitta taka dinna, ding kitta taka dinna, ding kitta taka dinna, ding kitta taka dinna, kada taka dari kada dum, ding kitta taka dinna, ding kitta taka dinna, ding kitta taka dinna, kada taka dari kada dum. Din dun ta din dun ta din dum ta din. You can play any of these Ganda Chaputhala beautifully as Ganda Nadai from beginning to end. It's absolutely same Gadi you can play. If you have the energy, stamina, understanding and expression. So that's a simple, very simple rule of thumb you can do it. Now we are going to adapt the similar logic of using that Tisram Rupakams first Ding Kitta Taka Dinna, Ding Kitta Taka Dinna. That I'm going to use it in Adithalam Tisra Nadai. Din kitta taka din na, din kada taka din na, kada kitta taka din kada taka kada taka din. In Rupakathalam, how it came? Din kittaka din na din kittaka din na donta kittaka din na din kittaka dum kittaka tari kittaka. This you're trying to fit into this Adithalam as Tisra Nadai. So when you're doing it in Adithalam, because that is 6, this is 4, so you have to fit a 6 within a 4 space. That's why you're feeling that you're playing something in a very next speed, but actually you're trying to fit a 6 into a 4. That's why it's happening like that. In other words, you are fitting it in 2 fingers. In Rupakam, you fit it in 3 fingers. So you are that much faster in this. That's what you have to understand this volume, time, and space. You have to understand this very subtle in a subtle manner. So that's the next exercise you will play here. Then, again in Rupakathalam, we played one of the classic elements of a 6-beat phrase, Tangu tata dimi, tangu tata dimi. In Rupakathalam, how it came? Tangu tata dimi, tangu tata dimi. You get it for 1.5 beats. In Adithalam, when you are trying to play, it comes for 1 beat. Tangu tata dimi, 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 tangu tata dimi. So you have to play for 1 cycle. The next phrase, tangadagata dimmi, 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 tangadagata dimmi. Tadimmi tangadagata, 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 tadimmi tangadagata. Up to that you have to play fully. The last phrase should not get short, because when you are playing continuously, when I'm teaching, because I'm getting it short, but Tarigadatika should be fully expressive when you play for this. Until then, you have to play, and then there's a core way you have to play after this. Tadittakadenatam, dittakadenatam, takadenatam, tadiketatu, takatadiketatu, takadiketatu. That is one way of playing. Actually, when I am seeing all these patterns, you can make a vinyasam, you can make variety. Tadittakadenatam, 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 tadiketatu, 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 dittakadenatam, dittakadenatam, takadenatam, tadiketatu, tadiketak, tadiketak, tadikenatam, takadenatam, takadenatam, taketatum, tadiketaka, taketatum, tadiketaka, taketatum, tadiketatu. So you can play first time tadittakadenatam phrase together, tadiketatum. Tittakadenatam phrase together, tadiketatum. Takadenatam phrase together, taketatum, tadiketatum. You can play like that as well. Or you can do the reverse way. Or takadenatam, dittakadenatam, tadittakadenatam, takadiketadiketatum, takadiketadiketatum. You can do both in the reverse way. So there are several ways of doing it. There's no harm. That's the sequence. Then this concludes your vanilla Tisra Nadai. So end to end we will see, I will play so that for your comfort factor, this is just one simple model. For now you can follow this model. As you move along, you can play some advanced Tisra Nadai patterns. For a year or so you can actually showcase this. This is more than enough. Like that you should play. This is just a vanilla form from beginning to end. You can follow this pattern. I'll also teach you a few chord ways for these nadais. The other chord ways can be takkidadum tadikidadum takkidadum tadikidadum takkidadum tadikidadum. This is the first half. Takkidadum tadikidadum tattakidadum tadikidadum tadittakidadum tadikidadum. So 3 6 4 6 5 6. That's the combination. The reason why we have chosen 3 4 5 is when you add 3 4 5 it's 12. Okay, divisible by 3. So that's the reason why we use this logic of 3 4 5. It's one of the classic examples. You can also use 5 4 3. That's another example of by which you can represent. The later half, I told you a flourish of phrase using 5. Tang tadiketaka tadiketatu tadiketatum. Tang tadiketaka tadiketaka tadiketatum. So it's a 3 beat. 5 into 3 15 plus 3 18 divided by 6. It comes perfectly in a 3 beat cycle. So now the first part goes like this. Takketatum tadiketatu tattaketatum tadiketatu tadittaketatum tadiketatum comes for 7 beats. The last 9 beats is nothing but thang tadiketatu tadiketatu tadiketatum. 3 beats. You repeat 3 times. Thang tadiketatu 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 thang tadiketatu 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 thang tadiketatu tadiketatu tadiketatu. So that's 9 beats. 7 plus 9 is 16. It fits perfectly in Adi Talam for a chord. Takketatum tadiketatu tattaketatum tadiketatu tadittaketatum tadiketatu thang tadiketaka 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 thang tadiketaka 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 thang tadiketaka 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 takketatum. You can use variety of 5 for this chord way. Again, tadiketatum can be represented as tadittaketatum, tadittaketatum. Now this again, the same chord way can be given a different flavor, which is instead of takketatum, the equivalent synonym is takadenatam. Takadenatam, tadiketatu, tattakadelatam, tadiketaka, tadittakadelatam, tadiketatu tang, tadiketaka, tadiketaka, tadiketaka tang, tadiketaka, 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 tadiketaka. these patterns, when you get that foot good speed, and then the dynamics of your hand is good enough, you can play some embellished phrases with good speed and with good kala pramana. If you can do that, that will be very good. So these are a few core-wise I thought of completing as part of syllabus, and this should be good enough for you for Tisra Nadai. We will do a review of how to do this Tisra Nadai very quickly in Rupakatalam, in Misra Chapatalam, in Ganda Chapatalam. We will quickly see all those aspects in the next class, and then we will get into Ganda Nadai, so that the Tisra aspects gets covered here. So we saw so many ideas, right? Converting a phrase into Tisra, what is the basic concept of 2 takadina, 3 takadina, how to tell small tirmanams into Tisra Nadai. We also to draw some basic pattern of din, takita, takita, takadina. In that pattern we saw some core way, how to navigate from Chatusram to Tisram. Then we also saw the full Nadai, this vanilla version of how to go about it, sliding down. Then we saw some interesting core wise. I think this should be good enough for you to start off with. Level 6 will cover, which will be an ongoing exercise where I will keep updating you with new ideas. Whoever is enrolled in my academy will come and get exposed to all other schools. I am free because I want to give the best of what other schools are having, and I want to showcase whoever is part of my academy so that they can learn from there and create the unique style. Use the idea, concepts from there, and use and have your own originality and creativity, innovation. And that's the purpose of exposing the other schools into my school. So that will happen soon, because I learned from several gurus, but now with no disregard to any teachers, the very purpose is to understand different styles, nothing else, to enrich my knowledge. And so I want my other students who are enrolled with me to do the similar exercise and move forward and take this to the next level. I'm signing off this class. I'll see you in the next class with the perspective of Tisra Nadai and other thalas. I will cover very quickly, and I'll move into Ganda Nadai, and we will deal with it as elaborately what we dealt for this Nadai. கற்று ஈண்டு மெய்ப்பொருள் கண்டார் தலைப்படுவர் மற்று ஈண்டு வாராநிதி. What is the meaning of it? கற்க வேண்டியவற்றை கற்று மெய்ப்பொருளை அறிந்தவர் மீண்டும் இப்பிறப்பிற்கு வாராத வழியை அடைவர். If you have learnt what is necessary to be learned as basic necessities for life, and if you have also understood the truth as you have learnt, and that's the highest state, and there is no, and through those states you will not even have rebirth, because your life journey is fulfilled in this birth. So what a great moral out of this Tirukkural. We will ponder over this good thought. I'll conclude this class. I'll see you in the next class with Ganda Nadai perspective in as one of the Pancha Nadais. We will deal at length as we have dealt Tisra Nadai. Until then, Puvanur RVA signing off.